I believe that Crawford will beat Canelo and is finish of the best, the face of boxing. The face of boxing can be Divino. That it can be the face of boxing. It can be the face of boxing in Mexico. Benavides, that he fought whoever doesn't want to, that Canelo, he didn't want to fight, Benavides fought. So, I mean, money doesn't buy good fight.
Sampson Lewkowicz just came out swinging, claiming Terence Crawford would dismantle Canelo Alvarez in a fight. This ain't no hype talk. He's saying Crawford's skill set would utterly expose Canelo's flaws and leave him in the dust. Now, while Lewkowicz is throwing fire, Blair Cobbs isn't holding back either. He's speaking up about the greatness of Terence Crawford. He stated, "I'm not really biased towards any fighter. I love him. Terence Crawford and what he's doing, his general ring generalship, his abilities is great and great for boxing." Cobbs knows what he's talking about. Crawford isn't just a fighter, he's a master strategist in the ring. His ability to adapt, control the pace, and break down opponents is next level. Let's be real, when a fighter like Cobbs, who's been in the trenches himself, praises Crawford, it's not just talk, it's respect. So if Lewkowicz believes Crawford can destroy Canelo, Cobbs is just backing it up with facts. Crawford is a different breed. Even the man himself, Terence Crawford, knows this fight isn't just talk. He's ready to step into Canelo's territory and prove the world wrong.
But what's fan mode look like for Terence Crawford? What you be doing on a daily basis these days?
Oh man, just chilling.
Yeah?
Just chilling,
Well, I saw you looking at the Fatal Fury game here. You be playing some video games, huh?
Yeah, you know, I play a little Call of Duty here and there.
Okay, you nice on the sticks, or what we saying?
I'm alright.
What's the kill to death ratio? Where we at?
I don't know. I don't get all up into that. You know,
just get on there and have fun. Yeah.
I just get over there and try to kill as many people as I can. And getting killed in the process.
Crawford's confidence is on another level, and he's already calling this one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo, the undisputed champion, takes guts. But Crawford's not just stepping up, he's coming to dominate, showing the world he's ready to make history. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about legacy. When 2 first ballot Hall of Famers clash, the entire boxing world stops and watches. Even other top fighters are weighing in on this potential matchup. Caleb Plant, a guy who knows the fight game inside and out, shared his thoughts on the showdown between Crawford and Canelo.
Man, I don't know. You know, you may think about it for a second and say, oh, well, there's weight classes for a reason, right? But Crawford's a special guy, you know what I'm saying? And so I think it's going to be a great fight. And I'm just a fan on that one. You know, I just want to see a good fight, and I think it will be.
Plant isn't dismissing the challenge Crawford faces in moving up weight classes, but he recognizes something special about the man. He's not just looking at the numbers, he's seeing Crawford's unique skills and abilities that make him a dangerous opponent for Canelo. Plant, being a true fan of the sport, knows this fight is one the boxing world craves. It's more than just the weight difference. It's about 2 of the best doing what they do best. No matter who wins, this fight will be a spectacle that fans won't want to miss. Blair Cobbs is weighing in, and this time he's diving into the physical matchup between Crawford and Canelo. Let's see what he thinks about Terence's chances in this clash.
And great for boxing, and maybe he has a chance. I know that Crawford is a little bit taller, and he might be able to combat the bigness of somebody like Canelo.
Cobbs sees the size difference, but he's not backing down from giving Crawford a real shot. He points out that Crawford's height and reach could be crucial in countering the power and size that Canelo brings to the ring. While Canelo might have the bulk, Crawford's skill and range might just be what's needed to neutralize that advantage. It's not just about strength, it's about strategy, and Crawford's ability to use his tools in the ring could make all the difference. Cobbs knows Crawford has what it takes to challenge Canelo, and he's ready to see how it plays out. Blair Cobbs isn't blind to the fact that Canelo's physicality is a major factor in this fight. He's giving a reality check about just how tough it is to take down a powerhouse like Canelo.
Remember, Canelo is very, very big. He has very big, broad shoulders, a very strong neck, and like it's not going to be easy to hurt somebody like Canelo Alvarez. But who knows? I think that maybe Crawford got what it takes.
Cobbs knows Canelo is a beast. His broad shoulders and thick neck make him a tough target to crack. It's clear that hurting someone like Canelo won't be easy, no matter how skilled Crawford is. But Cobbs isn't ruling out Crawford just yet. He believes Terence might just have the right tools to make it happen. Crawford's technique, speed, and precision could be the keys to breaking down Canelo's immense size and strength. It's a battle of strategy versus power, and Cobbs is eager to see if Crawford can pull off the unthinkable. Crawford isn't holding back when it comes to addressing the critics and all the noise around the fight. He's calling out those who follow the crowd instead of thinking for themselves.
On the 64?
Yes.
Oh, come on, son.
Yes.
That's my game right
Yes. And I would smack you in Madden.
Stop.
And
Stop,
2K.
bro.
Just to let you know,
Never.
I will smack you. And I don't even play it no more, but
Bro,
I
I'm
still.
telling you,
I
we gotta
still
get
know
now.
how
We
to
have
play
to
it.
do it.
We're gonna do it.
I'm down with it.
I'm with it.
Find me. Where you play on Xbox or PlayStation?
It's all the same thing.
Facts. I'm the same way. Yeah.
It's all the same
Put the
thing.
controller in my hand type
Yeah,
stuff. You know?
we'll see. I'll probably do better on.
I'll give you the advantage wherever you want to play. Whatever console.
We can play Tekken.
Crawford's making a point here. Too many people are just repeating what they hear on social media without doing their own research. He's seen Canelo in person, and while he acknowledges Canelo's size, he knows the bigger picture. Crawford's got the advantage of experience and a deep understanding of the fight game, and he's not letting anyone else's opinions dictate his preparation. Despite Canelo's size at 168, Crawford's been in the ring with giants before, and he's ready to prove he can handle whatever comes his way. This is about Crawford's belief in his own abilities, not what anyone else says. Crawford isn't backing down from the size argument. He's got real examples to show why bigger doesn't always mean better. Let's see what he has to say about it.
We can play Street Fighter.
Okay.
We can play
Fatal Fury.
Fury.
They gotta get you in the game, by the way.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
would your signature move be if you were in the game?
I don't know.
You ever thought about it as a kid? For me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a little bit longer. I'm gangly, some would say. They got the giraffe neck, I'm feeling. But I would have to be like a kick, I feel like, you know, like a jumping kick because I got the long legs.
I don't know. Mine would be having do something with some powers or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something crazy.
Super Terrence.
Yeah, but I'll beat you in that too.
Stop, bro.
I'm gonna beat you in all the games.
All of them, huh?
Yeah.
Crawford's drawing is parallel to the Usyk versus Fury fight, where the bigger guy doesn't always come out on top. He's not fazed by Canelo's size and is confident that his height and skills will give him an edge. Crawford is pointing out that Canelo may be thicker, but he's taller, and height can be a major factor in how a fight unfolds. Both fighters have their strengths, and Crawford's ready to use his to his advantage. At the end of the day, Crawford isn't just relying on size, he's banking on his craft to overcome Canelo's power. Caleb Plant, the opponent who fought Canelo, is stepping into the conversation, and he's not pulling punches. He's giving his honest take on Canelo's recent performances and the possible effects of age.
I'm sure I'll have some fans show up, but it seems like these days I got the Latino community on lock.
Caleb, you know, Armando, he's kind of coming up from middleweight, had a lot of his fights there. Big underdog. It's setting up a fight with Charlo, who's been off for a while. Just how are you feeling about that 2025 being mapped out? I know you wanted Berlanga, he didn't want the fight, but how are you feeling about how it's all mapped out?
Yeah, I mean, I think first things first, just lock in on Armando. You know, everything else can fall into place. Like I said before, I think so many fighters have, oh yeah, as soon as I beat him, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and
Plant's not holding back. He's seen it firsthand, and now he's sharing what he truly believes about Canelo's trajectory. He's been in the ring with Canelo, and with his own career experiences, Plant's giving his unfiltered thoughts. According to him, age and the wear and tear from tough opponents could be catching up with Canelo. He's suggesting that while Canelo is still a force, there's a window of vulnerability that someone like Crawford can exploit. Plant's insights are especially valuable considering his own fight with Canelo, and it's clear he thinks Crawford could make things uncomfortable for the champ. If Crawford can outwork Canelo, this could be a pivotal moment in the sport. Caleb Plant is weighing in on Canelo's recent performances, and he's suggesting that the champ might be showing signs of slowing down. Plant has a strong feeling that Crawford could take advantage of this.
You know Canelo as an opponent. I'm interested to know, you said you think he's slowing down a little bit. What did you see that makes you feel that way?
It's not anything that I saw particularly in that fight, but just where he's at in his career. You know, I feel like he was almost at his peak, you know, when we fought. And maybe it's been a stylistic matchup with some of his opponents, or maybe he's starting to get a little older. I can't say for sure. You know, we can all sit here and speculate all we want, but I think we'll get a good read on that come September. You know, against a fighter who is not going to just be moving around the whole time like William Skull, will make Canelo fight, and I feel like it's going to be a good back and forth.
Plant feels Canelo might be past his peak, especially after facing some tough opponents and possibly feeling the effects of age. He believes Crawford, with his skill set, could expose Canelo's slowing pace, making the fight more challenging for the Mexican legend. Unlike fighters who just move around, Crawford will stand his ground and make Canelo fight, something that could be tough for a fighter who's maybe not as quick or sharp as before. Plant's not just speculating. He sees Crawford as the one who can capitalize on the window Canelo might have left. This fight is set to be a real test for Canelo, with Crawford's abilities giving him a clear advantage. Rob Acosta also weighed in with some sharp observations about Canelo's recent fight. He's not holding back, breaking down what he's seeing in Canelo's performance.
Now, from seeing that, Canelo feet is slow. His defense ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? His punching power's still there. His relaxes, his IQ, his ability to not take so much shit is still there, even though Skull wasn't offensively like pushing the action. I can totally see Crawford outboxing Canelo, like bad, making him look like taking him straight to school.
Acosta is calling out Canelo's slow feet and slipping defense, saying that while the champ still has his punching power and fight IQ, he's showing signs of vulnerability. He sees Crawford as someone who can exploit these weaknesses, and he's confident Crawford would outbox Canelo, maybe even schooling him in the ring. Acosta isn't just talking about a close fight, he's picturing a dominant performance from Crawford, making Canelo look outclassed. With Crawford's precision and adaptability, Acosta thinks the champ could be in for a tough night, and the fight may end up being more one-sided than Canelo fans would expect. This fight could reveal just how much Canelo has left, with Crawford ready to take full advantage. While Rob Acosta sees Crawford dominating the fight, he's also throwing out some tough questions about what it really means to beat Canelo. Let's dive into his thoughts on the ultimate test for Crawford.
But again, I do not see Crawford stopping Canelo. I don't see him knocking him out. I don't see any of that. I do see Crawford taking him to 12 and winning. Here's the problem. Can he really win though? Can he really go 12 rounds
And win a decision?
And win a decision and really show that I completely outclassed you in every way, shape, or form? That's how we gotta look at it. That's the reality of it.
Acosta doesn't think Crawford will knock Canelo out, but he does see him taking the fight to the full 12 rounds and winning a decision. However, he raises a big question. Can Crawford truly outclass Canelo in every way for all 12 rounds? Winning the decision isn't just about surviving the rounds, it's about completely dominating and proving without a doubt that you're the superior fighter. Acosta's pushing the reality of the fight. Can Crawford not only win, but make a statement that leaves no room for doubt? Crawford's ability to show that he's levels above Canelo will be the true measure of success in this fight. Crawford knows exactly what a win over Canelo would mean. This fight isn't just another step in his career, it's the defining moment he's been working for.
I was doing good too. But I ain't played no boxing game since Fight Night.
Fight Night was it though.
You know,
back in
and
the
that was
day.
my first time playing. I was doing good though.
Okay.
But they
He
all
had the
told me.
experience on you, man. That ain't
Yeah,
fair. You know
they
what
all
I'm
told me he real good in that game.
Oh, like he's
Yeah.
like that. And
Yeah,
they
I
brought
was-
you into the Lions Den, and you just
right, just threw me out
Ain't
there.
how it is,
Just threw me out there.
some BS.
But it was good though. It was a good
yeah.
experience.
Even Carmel Motan is offering his take on how Crawford might fare against Canelo, and he's not shying away from the challenges this fight presents.
I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. What are they doing to that?
68 for Canelo's undisputed titles.
Okay, 68. That's a big jump for Crawford, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like it could go similar to the fight how it just went with Skull, but with Crawford throwing a little bit more punches and then getting on his toes, boxing, and then he letting his hands go more. So he might be able to edge a decision out against Canelo, outboxing.
Motan recognizes that the jump to 168 for Crawford is is a big one, but he still believes Crawford's style could make this fight competitive. He compares it to Canelo's previous fight with Skull, but imagines Crawford being more aggressive, throwing more punches, staying on his toes, and using his boxing skills to dictate the pace. Moton thinks Crawford's ability to let his hands go more could be enough to edge out a decision against Canelo. If Crawford sticks to his game plan, boxing smart and fast, he could very well outpoint the champ. This could be another fight where skill and strategy take precedence over raw power. Kermel Moton continues to break down the dynamics of a potential Crawford versus Canelo showdown. He's weighing in on what might be the toughest challenge for Crawford and how Canelo could adjust.
So I feel like Canelo struggle with fighters that are good on their feet, and or there's a possibility that Canelo, you know, walks him down, and Crawford doesn't really adapt to the weight and the power up at 68. So I guess we'll just see how it goes. But I know both of them are real great fighters, and I'm just excited to watch it.
Moton believes Canelo has struggled with fighters who are fast and good on their feet, which plays right into Crawford's strengths. But he also acknowledges that there's a real possibility Canelo could overpower Crawford, especially if Crawford doesn't adapt to the weight and power at 168. Moton's taking a wait-and-see approach, excited to watch how it plays out. While he believes both fighters are elite, he's aware that the weight class change could be a game changer for Crawford. The real test will be if Crawford can handle the power and pace that Canelo brings to the table. Kermel Moton continues to dissect Canelo's style, especially now that he's moving up in weight. Moton points out some of the areas where Canelo may be vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like Canelo's feet were ever, you know, super fast. You know, that was never his thing. You know, he has great waist movement, you know, great steady pressure, but I never really feel like he had the best footwork. But I feel like definitely it's slowed even more with him going up in weight. He's kind of just, you know, waiting, sitting down on his punches, waiting for big counters.
Moton isn't sold on Canelo's footwork, saying it was never his strongest asset. While Canelo has great waist movement and can apply steady pressure, his foot speed has always been limited. Now, with the move to 168, Moton sees Canelo's footwork slowing down even more. Instead of moving around the ring, Canelo's now more about sitting on his punches and waiting for those big counter shots. This shift in his style could make him more predictable, and it's something Crawford can capitalize on. If Crawford stays active and forces Canelo to keep up, it might be the perfect opportunity to exploit his slowing pace. Kermel Moton acknowledges that there are still a lot of unknowns in this matchup. While Crawford's skill set could give him the advantage, the way he approaches the fight will be crucial.
But it just depends, you know, if he's able to cut off the ring, and if Crawford even uses that game plan. Maybe he stays in the pocket with Canelo. We'll see.
Moton points out that the fight will come down to whether Canelo can cut off the ring and trap Crawford. If Crawford chooses to stay in the pocket with Canelo, it could completely change the dynamic of the fight. While Crawford's footwork and ability to box from the outside may give him an advantage, staying close to Canelo might force him to deal with the power and pressure that Canelo brings. The key here is Crawford's strategy. If he can avoid getting caught in Canelo's power shots while still landing his own, he could control the fight. It's all about execution and making the right decisions when the pressure's on. Amir Khan weighs in on the Crawford versus Canelo fight, pointing out that size alone won't be enough to secure a victory in this matchup. Khan understands that the mental side of boxing is just as important as the physical attributes. This fight will be a true test of skill, strategy, and intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart, and someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound for pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight, but I feel that it could go either way.
Khan emphasizes that to beat someone like Canelo, it takes more than just power, speed, or size. It requires the right boxing IQ. In a fight between two of the best pound-for-pound fighters, having that mental edge will be just as important as physical attributes. Khan acknowledges that Crawford may be giving up a lot of weight, but he still believes Crawford's intelligence and skill set could level the playing field. This fight will come down to strategy, with both fighters needing to bring everything to the table. With the right mindset and execution, Khan sees the fight as a true 50-50 where either fighter can come out on top. Dimitri Bivol is giving his take on why Crawford could make this fight more interesting than Canelo's previous opponents. He sees something in Crawford that could change the dynamic in the ring.
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think the fight will be much more interesting.
Bivol believes Crawford is hungry for this fight and has the mentality of a true champion. Unlike Canelo's past opponents, Crawford won't be passive. He's going to be more active, pushing the pace and bringing a different mentality to the ring. Bivol sees this as a crucial difference that could make the fight more dynamic and exciting. Crawford's aggression and confidence could be the X factor in this fight, creating a style clash that Canelo hasn't faced recently. This fight won't be a one-sided affair, and Bivol is excited to see how it unfolds with both fighters bringing their A-game. With all the hype building around this fight, Crawford is staying focused and ready to prove himself in the ring. He's not wasting time on predictions. He's letting his actions speak for themselves. Crawford, ever confident, is telling fans to stay tuned. I just tell them, man, stay tuned. You know what I mean? September, be on the lookout for the end of the new. Crawford's words show just how determined he is to make a statement. He's not backing down from the challenge, and he's letting everyone know that he's ready to step into Canelo's world. September 12th could be the night when Crawford makes history, proving that he can conquer the 168-pound division. Fans are on edge, waiting to see if Crawford can back up his confidence with a victory. This is going to be a fight for the ages, and Crawford is setting the stage for something unforgettable. The fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez on September 12th is shaping up to be one of the most exciting matchups in boxing. Both fighters are at the top of their game, but with Crawford moving up in weight to challenge Canelo, the stakes are even higher. Crawford's skill set and mentality could create problems for Canelo, who may be slowing down. On the other hand, Canelo's power and experience make him a dangerous opponent, especially with his size advantage. This fight will come down to who can impose their will and execute their strategy. Will Crawford's speed and boxing IQ be enough to outpoint Canelo, or will Canelo's power and experience wear down Crawford? Fans are eagerly anticipating the clash of these two champions, and it's sure to be a spectacle. So, what do you think? Can Crawford overcome the size and power of Canelo, or will Canelo prove to be too much for the lighter fighter? Who do you see coming out on top in this epic showdown? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.